Welcome and good morning, dear student, in my channel. Today we are going to deal or discuss the animal diversity paper third. In the animal diversity paper third, we are going to deal all about the taxonomy of chordate. In this chordate, we have studied there are two sections in phylum Chordata. One is Protochordata and second one is Vertebrata or Craniata. And we have studied about Protochordata. Now, today we are going to discuss the next section or second section, which is Vertebrata. What is about the classification of Vertebrata and general characters of Vertebrata. So let's see the Vertebrata. In this third topic, Introduction to Subphylum Vertebrata, we are going to discuss the two subtopics. One is salient features of Vertebrata and second one is introduction and general characters of sections with two examples, and from these general characters and sections only the names of the animals are expected, not the details about the animal. And which also second bit which also include Agnyatha, and the animals are Petromyzon and Myxine, and Gnathostomata animals are frog and labio. So these are the subbits that we are going to deal or study from the third topic, Introduction to Subphylum Vertebrata. Here is the classification of subphylum Vertebrata. Basically, vertebrates are the individuals which are having vertebral column. These vertebral columns made, it may be from cartilage, it may be from bone, or it include both of these, cartilage as well as bone, and forming the endoskeleton of the animal. As well as these individuals are also having the cranium. Cranium is nothing but the brain box, protective hard shield of the brain. So these are called as vertebrata or craniata. This is a classification. We show this subphylum Vertebrata divide into two divisions. First division is Agnyatha and second division is Gnathostomata. What is mean by the Agnyatha? Agnyatha means the absence of jaws. Those individuals which are not having the jaws, upper jaw or lower jaw, which are absent in those individuals, these are basically the primitive vertebrates or lower vertebrates. Not exactly this all lower vertebrates are without jaws, only the primitive kinds of the vertebrates which are not having the jaws, basically this ostracoderm as well as this cyclostomata. And these Agnyatha having 5 different classes. Ostracodermy, which are having the bony plate and armor, but these individuals are extinct. No living individual from ostracodermy found on the earth. And the second one is cyclostomata. These are having the circular mouth, and these are the living form of Agnyatha. The third one is placodermy, which is also the extinct form of Agnyatha. Fourth class is chondrichthyes, means the cartilaginous fish. So these are also the living one or available on the earth. And the fifth class is osteichthyes, which means the bony fishes, which are also the living one. And all these kinds of the classes are called as lower vertebrates. So this is about the division first, Agnatha. Then the second division is Gnathostomata. Gnathos means the jaws. Those individuals which are having the jaw, upper jaw as well as lower jaw, these are called as the Gnathostomata. These Gnathostomata are again divided into four classes. It is having the superclass Tetrapoda. These superclass Tetrapoda having the four major classes. Tetra means four. So there are the individuals which are having the four appendages. Poda means the appendages. So the four appendages are present. That's why they are called as Tetrapoda. Number first is Amphibia, which includes the frogs, toads. The second one is reptiles, lizards and snakes. Third one is the aves, which is nothing but the birds. And the fourth one is mammals. And all these four classes are called as higher vertebrates. So this is the classification of subphylum Vertebrata. Now after this classification, let's see the characters of subphylum Vertebrata. In the vertebrates, they are having the body with head, neck, trunk and tail. So these are the four regions of the body in vertebrates with bilateral symmetry. From the center of axis, the animal divided into two equal half, which is the bilateral symmetry. And these vertebrates showing the bilateral symmetry. These vertebrates are having two pair of appendages, that is tetrapod structure, which is supported by skeletal elements, maybe fins, wing, arms or legs. The skin or integument in the vertebrata made up of two parts, an outer epidermis and inner dermis. Epidermis may produce scales, feathers or hairs. Scales in Pisces as well as these feathers which are present in aves and hairs which are present in mammals. Endoskeleton is associated with complex musculature. So the endoskeleton, as I have told about, which may be bony, cartilaginous or made from both cartilage as well as bone. It is associated with muscles. And these vertebrates are having large coelom containing visceral organ. Coelom is nothing but the body cavity and which is a large invertebrate and containing visceral organ. That cavity contains this heart, kidneys, liver, alimentary canal and all the vital or important visceral organs protected along with the coelomic fluid, which can act as a shock absorber, which can absorb the jerks as well as shocks. So that is about the coelom. These vertebrates having the complete digestive tract with a ventral nerve caught. Lower vertebrates have paired gills and terrestrial forms have lungs for respiration. Lower vertebrates like Pisces are having the gills for respiration, but the terrestrial form like the amphibian reptiles and aves are having the lungs for respiration. In case of amphibia, the larva is having the gills because it develop into water. So it is having the gills for respiration in larval form, but as the larva develop into adult, the gills are lost and the lungs are developed. So that is about the amphibia. These vertebrates are having closed circulatory system, means the blood flows through these arteries, veins and capillaries. These are the closed tubes or the vessels through which the blood flows. Heart in the vertebrate consists 2, 3 or 4 chamber. 2 chamber in Pisces, 3 chamber in amphibia and 4 chamber in reptiles, aves and mammals. In the vertebrate, blood contains respiratory pigment hemoglobin in erythrocytes or RBCs, which these hemoglobins which gives the red color to the blood and which carry the oxygen. These vertebrates are having highly complex brain and 10 or 12 pairs of cranial nerves. So the brain is well developed with 10 or 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Cranial nerves means the nerves which arises from the cranium or brain. Then sense organs are complex with pair eyes, ear, along with this nose which is also present on head. So these eyes, ear, nose presents on the head region along with the tongue in highly developed vertebrates, while the skin which is also a sensory organ which found all over the body. Well developed kidneys for excretion with urinary bladder in many forms. So as from Pisces to mammal, the formation of urinary bladder appears in vertebrates. In case of Pisces, they do not bear the urinary bladder. From this amphibian, reptiles and aves which are having the urinary bladder. Sexes are separate in the vertebrate with a single pair of gonad. So the separate sexes means male and female reproductive systems are present in two different individuals. Majority of vertebrates are having the cloaca, which is common chamber for the removal of nitrogenous waste, that is excretory, and discharge of gamete, that is genital, and the removal of undigested waste through the anus, that is rectum. So all these kinds of the different purposes having, or these different kinds of the duct which directly open into common duct, that is called as the cloaca. So majority of form of vertebrate which are having the cloaca. These vertebrates are having the definite system of endocrine glands. These are the specialized glands which carry the secretion, which secrete their secretion, and this secretion directly mix into the blood. They do not bear any kinds of the duct to carry their secretion. That's why these glands are also called as ductless gland, and their secretion is called as the hormone. And the example of endocrine glands are pituitary gland, thyroid glands, testes, ovaries. So these are the different endocrine glands which secrete the hormones. these vertebrates is subdivided into superclasses or sections, Agnatha and Gnathostomata, that we have already discussed in this chapter. So this is all about the salient features or general characters of subphylum Vertebrata. So go through all the characters, then observe all the videos, and still you possesses any difficulty, please feel free to write me in the comment box. Thank you very much.